replay, understanding or deep dive on Richard Martin's great playthrough of Albert Canal that he uploaded, called the Greed playthrough of Albert Canal.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd be impressed by just how greedy I got.
As a wise man once said, greed is good.
So I was thinking when I did that, I was like, can I do more? Because my mechanism for getting the decisive victory was very solid and it was very repeatable, and there wasn't really any issues. But how much more could I get? So I discovered that these cheap auxiliary flaks can actually fly in airfields. You just have to abandon the truck.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
then that.
Soren's kind of taught me a little bit of that with his Obion playthrough. He's done it in other playthroughs, but I'm utilizing it in Obion.
Oh, flying auxiliary units around.
Yeah, having him abandon the truck and so they can fly in the transport.
Yeah. So before did you want me to talk about how I solved this map?
Yeah, let's talk about the overall strategy, and then is there any way that you could show the enemy's units and which units? Because didn't you say that there's 6 units that
you need to keep alive,
that the core can have that you need to keep alive? Like, which 6 units did you pre-plan, and how did you pick those 6 units to keep alive so that they didn't spam in the final objective?
What's this town called? Antwerp. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did I figure that out? Well, I looked at the scenario parameters and I saw there were 6 core slots. Now, I thought that was really interesting because I was like, every single player has a spam issue on this map. So, but there's so few core slots. Why is that a problem? And the reason it's a problem is that so many of the units are not core units.
Mm-hmm.
And when I actually looked at the map and I was looking at all the units, I was like, well, this is why we have a problem. So the solution to this was I had to figure out, I got to keep 6 of them alive. Which 6 is it going to be? So,
and you keep the 6 of them. If I watched correctly, you keep 6, or at least 4 of the British units around the center of the map,
right around,
just constantly.
Yep.
Yes, that's exactly where I was thinking. Where you just kind of damage them and constantly harass them.
Correct. If you're wondering why I picked the northern group, it's because if you kill everything in the south, the way is open. I mean, if you think about when you take Antwerp, every single time it's because you're going to push across this bridge and just block it. So you need to kill everything in the south as fast as possible. And once you do that, and Ola Deer shows up late, and he clears this out, and he clears this out, and he clears that out. And if you soften it up ahead of time or provide initiative support, he does very, very well on those assaults.
Are there any trigger points for counterattacks?
Yes.
Certain hexes that you take, and then
I think I forgot to mention, but you have to take this one to get this second wave. It's not enough to get
that second wave in the south moved towards your.
Yep.
Okay.
But because I clear everything in this area so quickly, I just prepare, and then I think on turn 5, that's when I take this.
That's right.
So. That's why you have
5 or 6.
So this is why you have the scout over here, because he's so useful for snatching these after you beat it down. And this guy is
snatching them and then backing out so that a unit goes in and does that attack thing.
Yep.
That they're required to do.
Correct. And this is not hard to de-entrench because it's at 3 entrenchment. So I just bring up a bunch of artillery and then I whack it on turn 5, and then you shove it out with whatever you have in the area. And I think your scout can sometimes come up and clean it out. And then once you take this, that's when the wave starts.
Did you ever have a problem with needing to reload turns because you didn't quite kill the units you were intending on killing?
I mentioned it. Turn 1 is one of the biggest issues. This anti-aircraft gun is the biggest problem because I don't have a 2-star paratrooper, and I don't have overstrength. So when Soren does,
I noticed that you put overstrength with your tanks and with your artillery and AA, but none of your men. Why did you choose not to do any of your men with any overstrength?
Because they are going to be taking damage. So, like,
yeah, but doesn't it help with getting the kills that you need?
Yeah, but I'm being prestige greedy.
Cheap.
I've experimented with adding 1 point of overstrength, but you can still have an issue. I think it's the second star that's really the problem, and it's difficult.
Why are you more apt to doing it for the tanks versus the guys?
Oh, because they're at 2 stars.
Explain.
So once they're at 2 stars, I think, and also these Panzer IVs aren't really supposed to take damage from now on. They're only really supposed to be involved in safe attacks. And
you know that you're planning on taking the British path, right? Though.
Yeah.
You don't expect that to be the case in whatchamacallit, do you?
In Arras?
Arras, yeah.
The Panzer IV should not be in the front line. You're gonna have
you
an
use
army.
them as wrap-up.
You're gonna have an army of anti-tank guns in the 88s.
What are you bringing to Arras in terms of anti-tanks? I know you got the auxiliary 88s, but you're going to have like 2 of your own 88s in your pack.
Yeah.
And then what, your Panzerjäger?
I don't know if I'll bring 2 Panzerjägers or 1. I'll probably bring 2 Panzerjägers. So those guys can get beat up.
Where are you at in your actual playthrough?
I'm trying to find a more creative way to solve Sedan.
Oh, wow.
Because I think that it can be done better.
More consistently, more greedily?
Yeah. For instance, did you know you could attack the fighter on turn 2? So you know how
what fighter?
There's a fighter and there's a bomber that would activate on turn 3.
Oh, and you preemptively attack
it.
And
then I attack the bomber on turn 3. And so do you know what that means? That means your ships
no
can
need for a trap.
Yeah, so you can move your ships. I didn't even bring an 88 gun. I haven't quite. I'm also working on some other things on that map. But if you take out that Air Force, that bomber doesn't activate until you take a hex, and then the other 2 planes don't activate until turn 11. So that means you have complete control of the air for a long time.
Okay, so this map only has that central trigger hex for the second attack wave in the south.
No, there's another one. I think if you take this one, these guys activate in this area.
Wait, show that again. Which would take
one.
which?
I think it's this
that one.
Yeah, and then I think these guys activate. Now, by the time I take that one, I'm damaging the tank, and the tank kind of freezes in place because there's a tank.
Okay.
There's a tank sitting here. But I think there's like 3 triggers. I think if you take the second one, if you take this, they activate the first wave, and then when you take all of this, the second wave, and the final wave is activated when you take this.
Okay. So so you would say the keys to this map are to do with the recon, do the forced surrenders and the seizing the main objectives on the canal, and then exiting the canal to allow their units to pop into a vulnerable place, and just keep repeating that as you drag them down.
And I bounce units
then
all the time.
And then use the units. 3 or 4 core units in the northern objective?
There's 3 initially, but this late wave sends a 4th one. And for some reason, this
that you're going to keep alive.
Yeah. Until you block every major hex. And then after the point you block every major hex, then you can do what you want. But usually I don't block until turn 14.
Right. Yeah, I saw that on the initial one that I watched the whole thing of. And I'm going to do my best to watch The Hague. The one I'm really looking forward to is watching The Hague.
The Hague is much simpler.
Really?
Yeah.
Then Albert Canal?
Yeah, it's just a very straightforward shot. Now there is a catch to that one. I didn't realize until I tried playtesting it. There's a couple of issues, but you can do it being slow a turn. It's just that you got to be very aggressive. There's a trick to that Hague I posted. I got to drop Oladir in an airfield on turn 4, but that only happens if the infantry unit abandons the airfield.
And it doesn't happen every time.
Because it depends how much damage you've done to it. So that's the major catch to that approach. But you can still succeed if you drop them on turn 5. So it's just annoying. You have a lot more control. Like if you drop Oladir on the airfield on turn 4, you will get the decisive victory.
It's that determinant.
Yeah, like you will.
Turn 4 or 5.
Yeah. Like 5, it's trickier. You're gonna have to be aggressive. There might be some RNG components, but if you drop them on turn 4, you are immediately binding the entire left flank to that airfield, and it just
Well, let's get started on watching the playthrough of this, and let's go over the distribution of your forces.
Yeah, so it's heavy on artillery. This is Soren, by the way. Like the first 4 turns are heavily inspired by Soren, but I'm much more aggressive than he was.
You have to be.
Because I park an 88 here and a tank here. I am so quick. I am so quick that I can park units ahead of time and refresh.
Okay, let's stop it.
Stop. All right.
Okay, so let's start.
Yeah, it takes replay. There we go. Yeah.
There we go. So you see as 4 artillery being absolutely necessary in the north in this diamond-like formation, and then down below 3 artillery. What made you come up with that configuration? Was that Soren's work?
Was completely Soren.
Okay, and so you have 1 hero that on your artillery, and that's a +1 movement.
Yeah,
great hero.
I would say that it's the only part that's key. You can solve this map with a 2-star paratrooper, a range or a movement +1 on the 88, or a movement +1 on the artillery, and it's infinitely better to have it on the artillery. But I don't have 2-star paratroopers because they'll attack you if you don't have artillery support behind them.
Okay, so then if I'm looking at this correctly, tell me if I'm reading this correctly, you do have now 3 SE units.
Yes.
You have 2 regular infantry and 1 tank.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not doing the... you're working on actually building up your SE units now.
Yeah, I stopped selling them.
Okay, so now, and then this this Pioneer, is that Oladir?
I have 2 Pioneers. Or no, I'm sorry, you're right, I have 1. That's Oladir. Yeah, he's essential. He's
essential on this map, gotcha.
Yeah, because he's the only one that can just plow through units. Okay, so this is the heavy RNG spot. Just reload if it doesn't work. Soren has a 2 overstrength 2-star paratrooper, and it's practically guaranteed to work if you've got that. Yeah, this could be tricky, but almost always.
Yeah, I watched you. Now, the initial one that you did, I watched you do this attack, and you hit him with this infantry, and it pushed him back.
Yeah.
And then you hit him with, I believe, Oladir, and you pushed him back.
Yeah. Oladir
was that?
Oladir.
Like didn't you get pissed off at that?
I was like, it was so ridiculous.
Oh, you had him.
But I sent the scout up, so you force a surrender on the artillery, and then the scout finishes it.
Right.
It'll almost always work at 2 strength or less.
And that's why you need the overstrength on the tank.
The tank overstrength makes a big difference. Yeah. This can fail, but it's pretty rare. You have to kill the fighter though, or your bomber gets attacked. Notice that helmet length is over the tank, so the bomber doesn't attack the tank.
Nicely played.
But my bomber is out of vision range, so the fighter won't attack it.
This surrender of this core unit right here where you're doing right now, very well done. I watched you in the replay doing this, and I'm like, what are they doing? What is he doing? He's gonna get those units like attacked and stuff. No, you had it all well planned out.
That was Soren. That's all Soren. I didn't think of it. So.
So what about the other one? I guess we'll get to it. The one, never mind. I'll wait.
But you have to attack that infantry immediately with your artillery in the south. So you de-entrench it.
Why?
So that way you can get it out.
You knew that you'd have enough suppression on that one to be able to force it to surrender? Okay, yes, pause it right now.
Oh, okay.
See, that's a brilliant setup.
This is Soren's setup.
Yeah.
So, this guy would be at 4 entrenchment next turn if I don't take a pot shot at him. And I don't have enough artillery to do what I want and boot him out. But if I take a pot shot at him, then I can send a plane to de-entrench and then hit him again. And he's at 1 entrenchment, and then you send your mountain unit up to boot him out. It's absolutely essential that I do this. Because it allows me to shove units around. You have
and because you right, and because you attacked that canal, that anti-tank on the canal, it doesn't attack your recon.
It's passive.
Because it doesn't see it as.
It's a passive.
And you think it's because it's completely passive.
Yeah.
It would never attack it.
It doesn't
even if it was at full strength.
Yeah. Doesn't even take replacement.
Okay. Okay, can you show us the 4 core units? Because I'd like to get a visual on the 4 core units that you know that in the beginning, these are the 4 I'm not going to kill.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either this one or this one. You might accidentally kill the tank, so you keep this alive until you block here. If the tank is still kicking, you can kill this at any point, this anti-tank, and then seize these hexes.
Yeah, can you do that a little slower? Because I didn't quite see it.
This infantry, this one, these 2, and either the tank or the anti-tank will be left alive.
And with those, go over to the final objective.
They will not buy anything.
But all those are non-core units.
Look at this.
So what's the 6th unit?
Non-core. It's either the tank or the anti-tank. You're going to have 5.
So it must be all these units back in the backfield. Some of those will not be dead, and so they can't buy any units.
Correct.
Interesting. Can you go south?
Yeah.
All those are core units too. But they'll all be killed. Yeah, you have to kill them to clear them out.
They have too much spotting, too much mobility.
Right. Yeah, okay. We can go back to plan. I just wanted to get an overview of what's coming at you.
Sometimes you take 1 to 3 damage, but the paratrooper can afford it. It's fine.
Would you buy replacements in the middle of the game if that happens?
Nah, it's not.
You don't need to.
The paratrooper's not critical.
Do the 15 ever attack you, or once they see that artillery behind there, they just don't?
They see the artillery and they go, it's a hard pass. I mean, it's overstrengthened artillery.
That's why you need the +1 movement.
Yep. Unless you have a 2-star paratrooper, then they won't attack. But it's really hard to get a 2-star paratrooper.
How come you chose to use some of your auxiliary AA before you attacked with your plane?
Okay,
yeah.
let me explain that. I don't think I explained that in the... Okay, the reason is that plane fires back. So I damage it as much as possible. You really want it down to 1 strength. I think that's the point when it's like guaranteed not to fire back. But if it's 2 strength or more, it will fire back, and I'm decreasing the dice rolls.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's all I needed.
I don't know why that plane will fire back. It's really annoying.
It doesn't seem like it would, because it's a...
Yeah, it doesn't. It does fire back though. Maybe because I don't have initiative support.
This is another brilliant move.
Kesha is important in the south because he only needs 1 artillery shot.
Now I see why 12 strength. This
Yep.
this another
This
another
is
brilliant
when I
move.
did it last time before this, way back when, I wasn't overstrengthening the tanks, and it doesn't work as well. You have to do this. I also didn't have 2-star tanks. I was much more proactive about getting my Panzer 1 to 2 stars and Kesha to 2 stars, and it makes a huge difference.
And you did that in 39, or
Yep.
you had to do
I
that? You had to
finished-
complete that in 40.
I finished that in 39.
This move where you set up what appears to be a vulnerable unit.
Mm-hmm. It's escalated double trap.
Yeah. Is that yours or is that
Soren?
Soren's?
It's all him.
That's
I have no idea how he thought
so
of it.
genius.
I know. I don't have the creativity for this.
Wait till you see what I did with Paul Marie, because I had to come up with that one on my own. I hate it when it gets like this herky-jerky.
Yeah. This can fail.
Yeah,
the
but
next
Paul...
turn. Notice I parked the
What do you mean
tactical
fail?
bomber over him because the probability of failure is kind of high because I have a 1-star paratrooper, not a 2-star paratrooper.
Oh, they might have actually fired on him?
No, it's the turn after this. When I have to kill it, I don't have enough firepower.
Oh, I
sometimes.
gotcha.
But if he's a 12 strength paratrooper, you have enough firepower. So you see how I didn't damage it? So I hit it with the tactical bomber, trying to guarantee I kill it. But you can still win, actually. It's pretty annoying.
Uh-huh.
And the mountain unit is so useful here.
You mean in the south?
Yeah, it just covers your flank. As long as you kill the cavalry, they can't see what they want to see.
On the forum, you saw the discussion that I raised a long time ago about the best infantry unit. What do you consider the best
In the
infantry
base
unit?
game, Pioneers. Why do you think I
Man.
pull a deer Pioneer every single time? He's insane.
Well, yeah. He should be a pioneer, although I've used him as a
Everyone makes him a
paratrooper.
grenadier. It's a mistake. He's a one-man army if he's a pioneer.
Well, he sometimes takes damage as a pioneer, which is very frustrating.
That's why you throw an artillery shot in. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Or level bombers. I love the bouncing around effect. I like to damage the tank so it's weaker when it attacks in to the artillery.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can get like 3 or 4 damage in.
Based on the artillery backup?
Yeah. But make sure you don't hit it with the tactical bomber because you'll do too much damage.
Oh, and then they'll just get
Yeah.
Replacements. Mhm.
And because I softened that infantry up, it made it easier to kill it. I love this trap. This is Soren as well, I think. Or is this my trap? I don't remember.
It's a well thought out trap.
What's different is I parked my 88 gun behind. That's nasty. That's pure evil right there.
Why did it attack your infantry versus attacking your recon?
Recon
What
has
do
2
you think?
stars, I'm gonna guess. And the infantry has 1. No, my infantry's 0 stars. That's an SE unit.
Oh, that's why.
But that was good for my SE unit. I wanted him to attack that. That surrender is mine. That's an improvement over Soren. Don't even bother pushing it back. Just force the surrender in turn 4. It's just more prestige that way, actually.
Yeah, Soren didn't ever worry about prestige. I think he was just maximizing kills.
Yeah.
It was sick. I would see all these opportunities for him to do forced surrenders, and
Does
he
it
just
matter? He's at
he didn't even bother.
200,000 prestige. He doesn't.
Does he really have over
Yes.
200,000?
Yes. He's gonna blow. He's gonna hit 300 if he keeps this up. It's.
That's sick.
Yeah. That's what he has to do. I think he should do ultimate.
This
mode.
he's setting up that 88. Yeah, I'd love for him to do ultimate mode.
Yeah, that's the 88. That was a brilliant move, even though it failed here in the attack. But then
Is there a chance that it might? Yeah. Is there a chance that it could fire back? Did
I
you
think it's
check the
very
stats
small.
on that?
It's probably very small because the initiative on the 88's insane.
Hmm.
And it's suppressed already, so it's just making it even worse. I have never had it fire back. Maybe if they roll 100 or something. You see how I don't care that the paratrooper could take damage? So I just attack the cavalry. You want 1 unit left in the south so you can bait it again. It's pretty gross how often they fall for that trap on that hex.
Well, it's a I don't want to call it a flaw in the game, but it kind of is. Like where you if they didn't have these flaws in the game, it would make the ultimate mode just impossible.
Yeah. I agree.
And a lot more painful.
So now you have to prepare for the wave that's coming. I have to take that northern objective. And notice I'm trying to really dominate the middle.
You have to take that one with the AA?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
And you can follow that up with a scout if necessary. Look at my configuration up north. It's gross.
And you have it that way to take on whatever comes, the second wave that comes at you?
Yeah. Notice I'm parking my anti-aircraft gun right in the middle of everything. Because they activate, but they don't move this turn, I believe. So I'm preparing to defend myself.
Yeah.
I got 2 AA in the south, actually. Enola Deer slides in on turn 6. Paratroopers prepare to fly out. I set my trap. They can see my tank, and they're going to go for it.
Do you have to set up the weather on this one? Or do you just take it as is?
No rain.
You set it up for no rain?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oops, you get blocked.
Now getting all
this happens. I've never taken damage from this. That's why I switched it, put the tank there instead of the 88.
Why does the tank do that? It obviously doesn't see anything. It's just
it's going for the major
just that's what it's.
That's
okay.
It's not because it saw anything to attack. It was just moving.
That's very brilliant.
And now I prepare that 88 gun to move up. So that I can take out
that.
This is gross.
Yeah.
This is really disgusting.
That's yours, though. That isn't Soren's.
Yeah.
And you do that so you can eliminate the
fighter.
The bomber.
See, if I get rid of the
I'm sorry, the fighter.
Then my bombers can... If I get rid of the fighter, my bombers are free. There's no fighters left. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I dropped my mic, just making sure. So with the
I heard all
free,
that.
the bomber's free. It's really bad for the AI.
Because they can't see anything.
Yeah. Well, they can't attack.
Turn 7, you get that objective.
That overstrength really helps with these fights. I shouldn't have attacked. Oh, I attacked that because I couldn't defend adequately. So he'll run away. So I have like, what, 3 planes left? But to kill the fighter, I had to make that sacrifice. You know, the thing is, though, if I didn't kill the fighter with the first one, I would have had to use my fighter to kill it, so... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That is a weakness with this. Whoops.
Doesn't it sometimes fire back?
Fighter?
Yeah, no, the bomber.
Yeah. there is a risk of damage there, actually. That was probably a mistake. Well, that went poorly for the infantry. Now you're parked on a bridge, and artillery is really good. It's units on the bridge.
Yeah.
Then my Kesha cleans up the cavalry, which blinds them to the south. Oh, and now I've got all these
You're
units.
just gonna kill it.
There's all these units just suddenly around you. See, if I kill them, it frees up space to move around.
That's a weak hit.
That is definitely a weak hit.
Jeez, followed up by another weak hit.
Yeah. It should have died, but it didn't in this playthrough. The thing is, though, the southern movement is already, like, hampered.
Hampered in what way?
Like, they're not going anywhere. Like,
Oh, I gotcha.
They can't outflank me.
Is this the point when you're maneuvering to bring your recon to the south to take those other objectives? Yeah.
Because his job is done.
Right.
This is kind of good to show you this is what happens when things go wrong and it doesn't matter. And then the scout stupidly goes on the river.
Mm-hmm.
This is so bad for the tank. It's not gaining anything.
Oh, it's attacking you.
It knows the artillery's there, but it's not impressed, but it's still really bad. That was a mistake. I forgot to park.
Back it up with artillery?
Yeah, because my scout was safe.
But normally you would have had that unit backed up with artillery.
Or I should have retreated with the infantry. Because I don't care if they take that house.
Mm.
I think that's my SE, so maybe I didn't care that much. I'm pretty brutal with my SE units. Man, that scout is so bad on the river. And then Oladir sneaks in, and things are going to get worse because he's going to start the process of plowing.
Dingoes have really been surprising me as of late because I've been needing to utilize them in my Africa Corps playthrough on multiplayer, and they aggravate me because they are a lot more agile and they have an uncanny ability to survive.
Yep.
It's very frustrating.
Not on bridges. Man, on bridges, I just rip them apart. They're very weak on bridges. Yeah, that was a very...
See, there's an example of an attack firing back.
Yeah, it's not super frequent, but it can happen.
It doesn't make sense to me because Oladir is so overpowered, like with initiative and stuff.
I actually had an initiative bonus as well because I had my mountain unit there on purpose to provide it.
Oh gosh. This is a unit that you're just trying to... These three British units you're just trying to damage.
Make sure they don't hit my artillery. That's a big objective. Push them back. Blind them. Make sure they can't see where I'm weak. Keep them distracted. You can see I'm assaulting that hex like really late. It's so easy to kill things on the bridge.
Yeah.
My Panzer III,
Nice.
One thing I didn't know, do you know if you don't control the airfield, can you fly something on it with the flak gun? Because I could have sent that flak gun to that airfield, but I wasn't sure if I had to control the airfield.
Oh, that I don't know.
Because if I could get my flak gun faster, not that it mattered in the end, I could still achieve this. Part of the reason this went wrong is because I didn't kill that infantry. I would have had more support if the paratrooper was up here. but I was
Mhm.
dealing with this. So even when things were going wrong, you saw that.
Oh my gosh, that was a really great hit.
That makes up
You
for
got
the
really
crappy
lucky
hits I've
there.
been getting. But notice how a lot of things went wrong and it didn't matter.
Here comes the next wave. Oh, that's the initial one.
And then I trapped something.
You couldn't have known that was going to come.
I knew he was going to attack that. I put it there on purpose.
Oh, it's getting herky-jerky again. Yeah.
So this poor guy is in a world of hurt.
Which guy are you talking about? That one?
I'm hitting. This is good experience for the 88, by the way. Attacking
Right.
in close terrain is a really good experience.
So now you could just move up.
Yep. This is very different from what I did. This part, I wanted to provide more support to the north because I'm gonna go get that airfield. But if I do that, I'm losing an infantry. So the solution was to send Kesha over to guard, because he doesn't have anything to do at this point.
Here, pause it for a quick sec.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to look at?
All right. So the city directly south of the Fallschirmjäger, that little minor city, yeah, that one. Is that have a unit on it?
Yeah.
Okay, crap. Are you just avoiding that altogether? You're not even going to try to. Don't have time.
Trucks.
Okay,
so I can't go get it and then get this.
Okay. So now go up north.
This has a unit too.
So now that you've destroyed the artillery on this bridge, does the anti-tank come off the city into the perfect?
Because it's at 7 entrenchment and you gave it all up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you don't have to use all the force. Here, scroll over a little bit to the right.
I'm not using this, no.
You're not using any of that force. It's just the southern force that you're going to use to take that final objective. I'm sorry, not the final objective, but the objective on the canal.
Yep.
Because you've been slowly weakening all the other units, they don't have an opportunity to come attack you.
They are attacking me. These guys are, but these are the closest.
No, I'm talking on the.
They don't activate yet because I haven't seized it. Or no, I did seize this one.
But it's the final one, the final canal.
He's not activating. I don't know why he's not activating. Maybe I have to seize this hex and have to look at the parameters again. But I keep this 10.
That's because you're damaging it. It's just repairing.
Yeah. The other infantry unit's really slow to activate and often doesn't move until the final turn. More bait. Now I'm abstracting my infantry unit so I can get greedy. Now that tank does have erratic behavior I don't understand. Sometimes he comes out early and I can kill him really easily, and then sometimes he's just hanging back. But it turns out it doesn't matter what he does, because I have a Panzer and an 88, so it's not a big deal.
Nice.
Now this wasn't planned, but it was an accident. My 88 was in range to cause problems. These guys rarely damage fighters with initiative bonus. But they also are more robust than the other bombers.
The Whitleys?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Why'd you move that guy over there?
I need Kesha to cover my butt, because he's coming. Somebody has to guard these hexes, and this infantry unit has a job to do up north.
Huh? Oh, nice. It stopped right on your plane.
Yeah.
Where's that tank going?
Major objective.
Pause it for a sec.
Probably the
It
major,
is.
major objective is my guess. He's active.
You think it was
So
weird?
I don't know why this guy didn't activate. It's good he didn't activate. It makes life easier for me. That was really bad luck. That was really bad luck. But I kept it because it's just like, it's not necessary that my tank be super strong.
You get to, I know, you get to the end of the map and stuff like that happens and you just go, whatever. I have, it happens to me all the time. Because you're just happy that you're actually cracking the map. You just want to be done with it.
An anti-tank on a bridge is really weak. I don't need artillery support. I can just do whatever.
That's crazy.
Kesha,
what are you doing with that guy again?
I'm gonna get the airfield. Because I'm greedy.
That's brilliant.
It's my brilliant. It's my new SE unit. I don't care if he takes damage.
Crazy.
And then I'm gonna get this airfield. It's only at 4 entrenchment.
Nice.
You can even kill it like half the time. That happens more often than not. You don't need like a miracle hit. Here comes my brilliant plan. I'm gonna bait that AA gun out. If I can't kill it, that's the next best solution.
So that you can grab that airfield?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. It's genius. I don't care about
Did you get all the objectives over there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I can get it costlessly. And meanwhile, that infantry keeps trying to seize that hex, and I'm laughing at it. And also, I'm
Rinse and
kills
repeat.
with my Panzer 4. I want to get him.
Right.
It's over 200 kills after this map.
Oh, good grief. Does he get one in The Hague?
Still working on it. He didn't get one at The Hague. He's got a good chance of getting one at Saddam.
I figured The Hague you gotta clean up with all the soft units.
Yeah, but Kesha tends to be more important. But see, the trick here is not done. I have to pull the AA gun one more time. Because he's in the way. It's pretty obnoxious what I did there.
Do you have to save scum so they don't kill it?
No, those AA guns aren't that strong. Unless it took a lot of damage from that tank attack. It's also attacking from the river, I think. No, that's not the river. It's... So we just sneak in. They still can't buy anything because there's still 6 units.
Too many core
wait,
units.
no, actually, they can buy something. Can't they? Is there a tank floating around? Because I only see 5. Oh, there is a tank. So, yeah, there's 6 core slots at the end of turn 15.
Brilliant.
Once again, I block him. He's not going to attack Kesha. I'm running out of targets. I'm just attacking whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of...
Getting greedy, like I said.
I had a little bad luck with the scout, but your scout will be 8 or 9 strength by the end. I didn't kill that 1 strength unit because I didn't want them to buy anything.
Right.
Because they'll buy an anti-tank in the back. Boom.
You're just avoiding mischief. I get it. Okay, pause it.
What?
Okay, so you moved him. I'm just looking at your Antwerp. Stay in Antwerp.
So these are open now.
So you moved your 88 up and seized that final northern one. You got, oh my gosh, that is brilliant. I'm just trying to soak it in.
Too. Just enough units to do all that. And I had to use the flak to sacrifice it. He should be dead. I could have cheated and stuck him in this hex to take the hit, but I feel like he should have died, so that's why I didn't do it. He's usually dead at the end. And this guy usually takes more damage, but they see the artillery and they get scared.
Now scroll all the way over to the right. Let me see your SC unit, the one you're sneaking over.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's about
to. Okay,
move.
go up. Okay. So now that hex is free. He's going to get artilleried and hit by the infantry.
Yeah.
But you're okay with that because you give him regular replacements, and that 25 prestige is greedy beady.
Yeah, I don't care. My SE units are going to get their experience and kills.
Can you put your arrow over the SE unit?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any stars.
No, he doesn't have any stars.
Go over the other SE unit in the south. Right,
He's got
right
2
next.
stars. I actually gave him regular replacements despite the fact he got his 2nd star.
Oh wow!
Because I'm that greedy.
That's great. You're crazy.
This
is lovely. Say he doesn't have a hero. How many kills does he have?
170, I think.
Okay. Oh, thank you for taking me through this. This is brilliant. You go ahead and finish it out.
Look at all that prestige. Look at this.
I know, it's insane. It's sick.
I can't believe how much prestige I have. It feels like I'm insulting the AI at this point.
I love it though. I love breaking maps like this.
If this guy's
finding
alive,
out new tricks.
If this guy's alive, I highly recommend you park him here so he'll attack it, and then you don't care.
Yeah.
But with my approach, it's probably not going to survive. The only thing that makes me sad is the other flak gun survived.
What other flak gun? The one in the south.
He should be dead. I don't want to. He should die on the final turn. I should just park him out in the open until he dies. You can usually kill this flak gun too. It's pretty amazing. And 8 strength.
You did.
8 strength is pretty normal. 8 or 9 strength scout, so you're getting good experience. I give him elite replacements because I want my scout to get experience. You give your scout elite replacements? Yeah, it's super cheap. I mean, it's 14 prestige for the 2 strength I lost. 7 if it's 1. I mean, that's basically nothing. So scroll over, show me your recons. Let me see how it's doing. I don't think you can click on it. Can you show me your recon in your current, like your sedan, what you have loaded up for sedan? I am the main menu. Oh, before I do that.
I don't know if you...
Look at, let me show you the map. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one I already got, so I don't care. So I got all but 7 hexes. And how many core units are currently on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you get lucky, the tank will die. Hey, go up to the SE. I don't think it got attacked. Yeah, it did. No, the SE in the north? Yeah. He got attacked by the artillery, suppressed, and then he attacked me. Oh, but he didn't knock you out. It doesn't matter if he knocked me out. I don't care. Yeah, I get that, but that's nothing. He must have had a weak attack. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Load up the stand. Let me see. But don't you think that's crazy? I don't know if you noticed this, but I am a big fan of recons. So I don't think Soren can do better. I don't think you can do better. I think all but 7 hexes is the absolute max that you can possibly do. I bet he'll take that challenge. I don't think we keep throwing gauntlets for Soren. There's no way he can get more. How could he get more? And not have purchasing units over here. Right. And if you get purchasing units, you can't do what you did. Yeah. There's no way he can do better. Load up sedan. I have to go to the main menu. My recon. He's at 109 kills. 2 stars. Yeah. And the the experience cap is 325 in this
year. Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got him ready for getting a first hero.
Yep.
So you give him elite replacements
From now on. I think I started giving him elite replacements after Spoils of War. I didn't even deploy him at Spoils of War. It would have been 1940 is when I started giving him elite replacements. Because...
So you see recons as necessary but limited.
I only have so many core slots, and they're very vulnerable. And you're juggling to make a recon survive on Manstein or Ultimate. You have to juggle a lot of moving parts, and you have to be very, very careful about enemy vision. And I think while a second recon would make a lot of sense, things are so tight that you want something stronger on the ground.
Yeah, it's just some maps having that second recon allows you to pull off some of those 3 S's, the surround, suppress, and
but I think
surrender.
I think ultimate mode is less forgiving.
Yeah.
And the other thing
That's
is there's other tricks you can use, like reaching faraway objectives with scouts that people are used to doing. Well, we use paratroopers for that now.
Right.
So a paratrooper has more overall value than a scout.
So you plan on building up and deploying 3 paratroopers on some maps?
I'm convinced that your approach with the paratroopers is correct. I did not value how insane paratroopers could be.
They are beasts. And you know who turned me on to that was Bracada. I thought paratroopers were too weak in defense, but he showed me the advantage of their attack.
That the best example I've ever seen, and it blew me away, was when you did Stalingrad docks.
Yeah.
I think that is an optimal approach to the map with the paratroopers.
It helps you deal with the... helps give you vision and helps you to not get overwhelmed by the amount of units that get
if you control some of the docks,
drop there,
then it helps a lot. And the fact is, you're going to get a lot of kills as well with them up there.
Yeah, especially with your strat bombers. If you know where they're coming,
that's another map. Yeah. So, by the way, I didn't mention this. You keep talking about how strat bombers aren't very good, but I am finding lots and lots of uses for my strat bombers. I used 4 strat bombers at Oslo. I used 4 at Narvik. I used 2.
Really?
I used 2 at
4 in Oslo.
Yeah, to help with the forts.
Oh. Okay.
And then I used.
But don't they give you an auxiliary one?
They give you a fighter bomber, which is useful, but not as good as a level bomber.
Oh, I thought they gave you a level bomber too. So how many do you have deployed currently in your Sudan playthrough?
I have 2.
Yeah, it looks like it.
One's gonna help me take this, and I'm doing a different variation of my replay. One that's even reducing the RNG even more, and I'm trying to find a way to do it without an 88 gun, and I think there is a way to do it. I just haven't, because I'm doing maximum greed. Well, actually, I'm gonna get the same amount of prestige, but I'm doing maximum efficiency. That's what I'm looking for. See, I've proven it's possible, but my question is, can I reduce the RNG? Because there's a variation where I don't want to be spotted here, and I'm trying to find that variation, and I finally found one, but then I didn't get the decisive because I was too slow here. So my new plan is a level bomber will come and help take this. But yeah.
I'm thinking there may be some way you can figure out using the strat bombers to drain ammo, and using artillery to soften up the AA, and you might actually be able to break Maginot Line.
Oh, Marginal Line? Well, I'll bring 4 level bombers, but I don't have enough ground troops. You have to realize it's not just the Mets, you have to take like 24 flags. And they're all heavily entrenched.
Oh,
it's not just the Mets. I think if it was just take the Mets, it might be possible. It's the fact that you have to take all those flags. I would argue that their decisive victory conditions on that map is insane. For a good day.
24 It's 24.
Yeah. I think 17 or 18 is like the max you can get safely, and then taking the Mets would require your entire core.
And it would
Like,
also just, it would greatly diminish your what would you call it,
yeah,
cost fallacy or something.
yeah. So why would I spend all of this prestige just to take the Mets and I don't even
Right.
get the decisive? When you
Just,
could
yeah.
just use Soren's approach and get a marginal.
Well, I think you could. I believe I did marginal line on Manstein difficulty in my playthrough.
But you had 5 more turns.
Right. Yeah, but he did too.
Right.
He did. He got decisive though. Yeah, that's right.
But it was very
He
controlled.
gets decisive.
And that's a map.
Yeah.
That map you have to be very controlled. Like, there's no
Yeah,
room for
agreed.
creativity. So yeah, so I just want to point out, I used 4 level bombers at Oslo, 4 at Narvik, 4 at Abonamel, which trivializes that map. And then I'll use, I think I'm going to try to use 4 at Dunkirk, 4 at Marginal
We used 2 in The Hague.
2 at The Hague, 2 at Sedan,
and none in Albert Canal.
Because tactical bombers.
No, 1.
No, I didn't use any.
Yeah, tactical bomber.
You can see, this is really cool. My Donye, you keep talking about how bad they are. Look at this. They're both 3 stars. And 31 kills, 39. I'm using them earlier and more often, so they get more kills, because I want to get them an attack +3 hero. And then look at my tactical bombers. I'm barely using them. Because if you think about it...
I think the Dorniers are not as bad as I originally thought. I think the upgrade on them and being able to go that one extra move is quite helpful, and I didn't realize that until I used it in Crete, like naval or something.
So the other thing is, I'm getting my level bombers experience early, so they get more attack, which increases their kill chance. And if I increase their kill chance and get them a hero faster, it's just going to make them more devastated. It's a snowball effect. So you can.
Yeah, how come you don't have them to 13 strength though?
I'm not deploying them yet. They just got their 4-star at The Hague.
Oh, gotcha.
Notice I'm also like not using my AA as much because I realized that was taking kills away from other units. So I'm losing that movement plus.
At the same time.
What was it?
Yeah, at the same time, right? You need that movement +1, and it is very hard to get an AA to a 5th star on field marshal difficulty.
I'm not worried about it.
It took me till 45.
How many kills did you have when you got there?
In my field marshal difficulty with the AA. Well, see, I never got a +1 movement on it, and
well, you don't need one. If you got range, it's also almost as good. Right, like I was surprised at how range +1 was getting almost as many kills as movement.
The amount of experience that you get using your AA as an anti-tank is significantly more than if you just use it as an AA.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not worried about it because they're going to clear 2,000 kills like so easily. Like, if you wanted, they could clear 3,000, both of them. So I realized I was overusing AA. So what'll happen is I won't get my movement +1 very quickly, but I think he's at 157. So maybe by the end of the British path, I'll get my movement +1.
He doesn't have a star. I mean, not a star. He doesn't have a medal. He must have got that 100th kill without. Yeah, he doesn't have a medal. He must have got that 100th kill when he defended.
Yeah, probably.
I learned that they don't give you medals if you get the kill when you're defending.
Oh.
Don't know why. Just a flaw in the game. I've had several artillery not get the Iron Cross 2nd class because it got that 100th kill defending.
Okay.
It's just a little.
So that's one of the things I have noticed. I overuse A88 guns because I'm going for that movement +1. but it's taking kills from other units, so I'm balancing that.
Mm.
Use tactical bombers less, use level bombers more, because the tactical bombers are going to get 2,000 kills.
Yeah, guaranteed.
So, also, do you notice my anti-tank was 2 stars at the end of?
Yeah, you got that in 39.
Yeah. And in exchange,
Yeah.
my Panzerjägers are slightly weaker, but my Panzerjägers have a bigger role to play. Like, my anti-tank is going to get used.
Are you still deploying your? Are you still trying to find maps to deploy your pack?
Dunkirk is an easy one. Maybe Arras, but I don't know if I trust my pack at Arras. I don't think I'm going to deploy them. Panzerjägers are better.
Because they're more mobile, but I like using the pack, if I remember right, on Arras, because it's one of the few maps that you have an excuse to use it.
I'm about to give them overstrength. So at Dunkirk, I'll give them overstrength, and I don't want them damaged. And I don't trust my artillery enough to help me at Arras. Because if I give him overstrength, it'll increase his kill chances, or get more kills. Because I want him to have a hero by the end of 41. So I'll probably deploy him at Dunkirk and Belgrade, Crete Airborne, and the Kiev path. I think there's room. I think in an ambush situation, the anti-tank will do really well. And I get that better upgrade, right? Because we get the 5cm. And I think
it's going to make huge upgrade.
I think it's going to make him take out T-34s in ambushes. Or BT tanks or whatever. The Panzer
setting that up is difficult.
Yeah.
Use Soren to help you.
Yeah. But the Panzerjägers need to catch up, right? Because I think, 37 kills, and where's this guy?
So your Panzerjägers are going to become. This is something that I would definitely change if I was to play this through again. Is as soon as the Stooks become available, upgrade your Panzerjägers to Stooks, and then also I in my playthrough I would have 3 Stooks and the pack that I'd be working on, so 4 anti-tanks.
I think it's too many. I think things are really tight, so I'm going to keep the pack and have 2 Panzerjägers, because Soren only uses 3 anti-tank, but usually one.
Because he doesn't use a pack.
Yeah. But he's always guarding a flank, and if I'm gonna give him a movement +1, and it's gonna make him, I think, just be good enough to guard a flank, and he'll be a very strong anti-tank in 42. The
only thing that makes them suck so bad is the fact that artillery is just devastating.
Yeah, but you're gonna find after Kursk, a pack is really good under certain situations. Like, you can farm over 100 kills on some maps with them. Like at Demyan.
What do you think of my Kursk's playthrough so far?
Oh, it's really good. You definitely have a plan. It's going to be tight, but I mean, it's ultimate mode. It's always tight.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got a little too tight in the
let me restart
holding
this.
of that.
Here's something. Like, let me restart this. So notice 2 stars. That's paratrooper. No, I didn't do that. I gave him my lane replacements. But 2 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, 1 star, 2 star. You see this? See how the stars are balanced out? I don't have like one weak unit. I already have 2 Panzerjägers at 1 star. Look at the artillery. Already some of them are 3. So
yeah,
this is something you didn't do a good job with, like balancing.
Right.
I already got 2 level bombers at 3 stars. And I've just made them sit on. So it's spread the love around, and I've noticed that my tactical bombers are lagging behind, but who cares? Because you're gonna deploy these guys a couple of times, and they're gonna be max experience the second time.
Right, like you just racked a ton of kills at Albert Canal because you were just using them to farm on the tanks.
Yep. My fighters, one is at 229. and one is at 300. Yeah, he got an initiative +1.
Oh, that's a good hero.
Yeah, I think that initiative +1, spotting +1, and defense +3.
Oh, I thought you got spotting.
I redid the Hague. I got the spotting hero at the Hague. But I think if you get
Okay.
defense +3 or initiative +1, you should keep it. Because both of them, I think they're roughly equivalent. But I think I want him to be defense +3 because defense heroes can be very, very useful.
Agreed. I have my defense +3 +1 initiative fighter, and he's my backup to a Heinrich Bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Hado Kittle and Walter Nowotny never get overstrength.
I don't plan on using Helmet Lent after Sedan until like Kharkov.
Wow.
Well, look at this.
Wow.
He's already at like 200 kills. And guess what's going to happen to him once I lose the overstrength? He's going to become a tactical bomber. I think we need that extra like firepower. And as a fighter bomber, it's not as good.
Agreed. I will not waste any more time on fighter bombers.
So you bring Helmet Lent to clean up fighters, right? On a lot of maps. But instead, we'll bring anti-aircraft because we need to level them up.
Right.
So that's something to think about. It's like how do you squeeze in the core slot to level up the anti-aircraft guns? You do it by not bringing Helmet Lent. Look at Helmet Lent. I've had this guy for 6 scenarios. I'll play him here, and over 200 kills.
That's pretty crazy.
He's what, 30-something kills a scenario? He's already 3 stars. I'm also not going to overstrengthen him anymore because I know that we're going to upgrade him to something better.
Yeah.
And given how devastating Lent is turning out to be in 43, if you watch Soren and how he's using him, I don't need to give him kills. You know,
do you not even have him in the most upgraded BF 110?
No, I don't think so. No.
Why? Kick on the doesn't give you. It gives you more fuel.
Yeah, I don't need it. He already has a lot of fuel. He's got a lot more fuel than this guy. 53 fuel is a lot. How much does a fighter have? 41. It's got way more fuel than a fighter. So
I got pretty greedy with fuel. All right, I think this has been a great. I have found this very enjoyable. I hope our audience finds it very enjoyable, and I look forward to doing this again for The Hague tomorrow.
Yeah, that one.
I
think you're going to be shocked at how simple that one is.
I will be. That map gave me nightmares for so stinking long, and if you were able to not only break the map but trivialize it, wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, okay. This was fun.
Are you enjoying this?
This? Yeah, I'm balancing the core out more, getting more kills on the level bombers. I think level bombers should be used earlier and more often. People complain about them, but I don't think we use them enough. I got 2 movement plus 1
I'm learning
heroes.
to appreciate them more because of you. Okay, well, we'll talk more tomorrow then.
Yep. All right. Till next time.
Thanks, Richard.